Hey everybody, today I want to go over emotional intelligence, what it is and why it serves us to try to be emotionally intelligent as we're working with our colleagues and being with our families and of course servicing our students in Elmira City School District. So emotional intelligence has a few components to it. It's really about being mindful of your own moods, your own emotions. And then with that knowledge, with that awareness, choosing a response that's helpful, kind, and cooperative versus just reacting. And oftentimes if we're reacting, especially when we're not in such a great mood and we're feeling those emotions that are difficult to deal with, we tend to react from the stress of that in unkind, unhelpful, uncooperative ways, adults as well as children, right? So that's part of being emotionally intelligent, understanding how you feel in the moment, and then taking a pause really to decide how you're going to choose to respond to that. Another part of being emotionally intelligent is to be aware of other people and how they might be feeling. And we always want to respect how somebody else feels, and we should never be telling anybody else how they should be feeling. So that's really important. That's hard for us as teachers sometimes, because if a kid is really upset, sometimes we'll say, that's not a big deal, you shouldn't be crying over that. But really, stress is subjective. So all of us have different things that stress us out, and we really need to try to respect children as well. If they're having a bad day, even if we can't comprehend it, if we can't wrap our hand around why they're so upset, if we can at least be compassionate and give them space, it really shows that we care. And this year is all about really pouring on the love, really letting them know that we are here for them, we care about them. So how do we tune into other people's emotional responses? Well, you guys know, we're going to look for their body language. We're going to look for or listen for their tone of voice, and also word choice, but tone of voice is probably even more important. The way they're holding their face, some actions that they might be doing. So all those things will help us kind of tune in to how they're feeling. I'm going to refer you to Patanjali, is a very famous sage, Indian sage, who wrote one of the famous books for yoga. It's called Yoga Sutras. So a sutra is like sewing things together. His works were like little phrases of how to live your life. And then the sutras, the sewing all those little, ways to be your most happy self and ways to live your most best life were put in a book called Yoga Sutras. And one of the things he talks about is 4 locks and 4 keys for us trying to be happy within ourselves. The locks are other people's emotions, okay? And the keys are our responses to their emotions. So he generalizes it into 4 locks and 4 keys that go with those locks. So if somebody is happy, if we react in a friendly way to their happiness, we are living our best life. We are choosing an appropriate response. That is good for everybody. If people are unhappy, then we should be compassionate to them, okay? Try to be compassionate, try to be understanding of what's happening that's making them unhappy. If people are virtuous, so this is a hard one for people. Virtuous means like they've accomplished something awesome and they're really feeling proud about that. A lot of people will be jealous when other people have successes because they feel like, why didn't it happen for me? But the response that the yoga teaches us is to be delighted, feel delight for somebody else's virtuousness. So we all have our own opportunities. We all make our own choices. If someone's being successful at something, they chose something, they set a series of things in motion to get them there. So you could make those same choices for yourself. So instead of being envious or jealous. It's really hard, but let's practice being delighted for the people that are seeing virtue in their lives. And then the last one is wicked. Now, wicked does not mean the person is wicked. They call it wicked, but really I rephrase that when I talk to younger people about it into unkind or unhelpful. So the behavior is unkind and unhelpful. And the best way to deal with that is to ignore it according to Yoga Sutras. So if you can ignore, now obviously as teachers, you can't always ignore unhelpful, unkind behaviors. But if it's something that doesn't need to be, if it's something that's, you can say, you know what, that's not hurting somebody, that person is just in a mood, I can let that go. Then if you can let that go, you're going to be happier. Okay. So this is all part of emotional intelligence. And when we can tune into ourselves, we can respond appropriately to our situations. And I'm going to put up some information about emotional intelligence and even give you some links to some tests. You can check your own emotional intelligence right now. They're fun. I took the 10-minute one and there's a 2-minute one I'm going to give you links to. So just stay mindful and breathe. You got this. Have a great day. Thank you.